Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so this is a video I've been wanting to do for quite a long time now. I did do a video called something like dealing with heartbreak back when I first started my channel, but that was back when I wasn't really myself on camera. I was still very shy and I was just a bit odd, and I didn't really cover what I wanted to in that video, if that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of want to do a video talking all about heartbreak, dealing with heartbreak, a bit of a heartbreak pep talk, you could say. I did see, I think her name, is it Savannah Brimer? I think that's her name. She did do a video called Heartbreak Pep Talk, and I thought that was like a really good idea, like a title for a video. So credit goes to her for the title of this video. But yeah, I kind of want to do like a bit of a heartbreak pep talk and like talking about how to move on from heartbreak. And the main reason for this is because I do get quite a lot of DMs from you guys, and a lot of them DMs do be in relations to getting your heart broken, dealing with breakups, getting your heart broken by fuckboys, getting your heart broken by someone you were dating casually, all these different scenarios that always come back to heartbreak. And I myself have gone through heartbreak in the past. I've actually had my heart broken twice before, so I like to think that I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to heartbreak, because I have had my fair share of it in the past, and I have really extremely been broken into 1,000,100 pieces. Like I really have. So I get you and I feel you and I sympathize with you and I empathize with you and I'm here for you. Like I know how hard this is. I completely get it. Another reason I really wanted to make this video is because I know when I was going through heartbreak, I absolutely looked top to bottom on the internet trying to find something that, you know, I could just feel a bit like less alone with, and I couldn't find anything. That was years ago, and I couldn't find anything back on the internet back then, and that is another huge reason why I wanted to make this, because I know like if I could have watched something like this when I was going through it, I wouldn't have felt as alone, and I wouldn't have felt like I was going crazy, and I would have felt like, you know, other people got it, you know what I mean? So first of all, I just want to say that heartbreak is inevitable, absolutely inevitable. 99% of us humans will go through heartbreak at some point in our lives. It's one of the most normal things we will experience in our lives, and it's so common. Like I'd say 95% of the people you know or know of or are in your life have dealt with heartbreak at some point or another. And heartbreak is one of the shittest things we're ever going to have to deal with. It really is. It's actually been scientifically proven. When you're in love with someone and you love someone and like you have that romantic love with someone, the chemicals that are released in your brain are the exact same chemicals that are released when you take a hit or a line of cocaine. So when you have your heart broken, or you are just broken up or whatever it may be, you are dealing with the same symptoms as somebody who's withdrawing off like cocaine or heroin or like some really serious drugs. So love is an addiction. It is an addiction. That's why you feel all these emotions, and you feel like you may be going crazy when you're going through heartbreak, because you are withdrawing from a person, and this person was like your drug, you know what I mean? I just want to say, I know anyways when I had my heart broken, well, I feel like first of all, the first time you ever get your heart broken, nothing is ever going to come close to that again. When you get your heart broken for the first time ever, that will be the most intense emotions you will ever feel when getting your heart broken, and I feel like it will take you a lot longer to get over your first heartbreak compared to after that if you have your heart broken again. Well, that's something I've experienced anyway, because you've never dealt with these emotions before. You've never felt this pain before. It's all very new to you when you first get your heart broken. So, you know, you probably will feel like you're going crazy. Like, I felt like I was losing my mind. I genuinely felt like I was losing my mind. And that is completely okay. You're going to go through all the emotions of anger, frustration, hurt, pain, disappointment. Like, all these different emotions are going to be raging through you. And you are probably going to feel like you're losing your mind. But that is completely normal. Like that is so normal to feel like you were going crazy. When I went through my first heartbreak, I genuinely wanted to kill myself. I like say that from the bottom of my heart. I genuinely did not want to be alive anymore. I didn't see what the point of being alive was anymore. I was like, if I've lost them, I'm never going to find love again. No one's ever going to want to be with me. I'm never going to find someone like him. Like all these different things. I was like, who am I without him? I'm nobody without him. Like all these different feelings, and I went through all them. And I'm telling you this because if you are feeling any of this way, like don't feel like you're alone. I get it. I really do get it. I know for me anyways, when I was going through heartbreak, I felt so worthless. I felt like I was nobody. I felt like I was never going to go anywhere now. I felt like like that person, like when I was broken up with and my heart was broken, I felt like my whole world just shattered around me in 1,000,000 pieces, and all I could do was stand there and watch it shatter, and there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. And I remember sitting there bawling my eyes out, just thinking, what is the point? How do I come out of this? How do I ever, you know, get better from this? And how I'm never going to find someone to love me like they loved me, and all of these crazy stupid things that are not true. You need to remind yourself who you are, and you need to remind yourself that you're beautiful. You need to remind yourself you're worthy of happiness, you're worthy of being loved, you're worthy of finding somebody who cannot think or see anybody else but you. You are worthy of being somebody that cares about you from the bottom of their heart, not about how you look, not about what you can bring to them, but cares about you as a person. And you're worthy of being with somebody who just loves you for all you are, flaws, everything. You don't deserve to be with somebody who's making you feel the way you feel now. You have to remember that you deserve nothing but to be infinitely happy today and for the rest of your life, and you deserve nothing than to be with somebody who is going to bring nothing into your life but love and happiness, and make you feel adored and cared about and like you're the only one. And that is what you deserve. And you don't deserve to feel the way you do because this person broke your heart, and because this person didn't want to be with you anymore, this person doesn't love you anymore, this person may have found somebody else. That is not somebody you want to be with. When you're going through heartbreak, there is no easy way. Like, I can't just sit here and say do X, Y and Z and you're going to be fine within 2 days. It doesn't work like that. You have to go through the emotions, you have to go through the pain, you have to go through them nights where you're lying on your bedroom or bathroom floor at 5 a.m, bawling your eyes out, just begging and crying that that person could just be there to hold you and say it's going to be okay. You're going to go through nights like that. You're going to go through nights where you're screaming and you might want to punch walls, you might be trying to hurt yourself, and you are going to go through this, and this is all part of the process of getting over this. And you cannot, you know, if you really are going through heartbreak, there is no avoiding these things. You know, when you're going through heartbreak and you just lose someone in your life who has been in your life for a significant period of time, it's like a death. You are grieving. You know, when somebody dies, they're there one day, they're gone the next. It's no different than heartbreak. You know, someone leaves you, they're there one day and the next day they're not there, and you don't hear from them, you don't talk, you don't see them, and you are grieving for that person because somebody who was such a huge part of your life is just gone like that. So you need to understand that, you know, it's even scientifically been proven the way we feel and the chemical reactions and changes going on in our brain through heartbreak, it shows that the way we're feeling is normal. There is nothing crazy about it. You're not going insane. You are just human, and you're just feeling these emotions because this person meant so much to you. But you need to remind yourself, what have you lost? You lost somebody who didn't see what they had right in front of them, but they lost somebody who loved them more than anything and would have done anything for them. And if you ask me who's more at loss here, I would say it's them, because you really didn't lose shit. You lost somebody who didn't care, who wasn't interested, who thought the grass was greener on the other side, but they lost somebody who would be there at the drop of a hat for them and would drop anything and everything for them. And they are going to realize that one day. But I'm afraid when they realize that, you're going to be long gone and you're going to be well over this and you're going to be healed, okay? And you're going through these emotions now, and that it's going to be okay. This is not going to last forever. You're probably sitting in your bedroom like I was a few years ago, crying my eyes out. I couldn't hardly even breathe. I was choking on my own tears and my own snots and saying, no one's going to love me. How am I going to find anyone like them again? How am I meant to get over this? How am I meant to be happy after this? Like, my whole world is just shattered around me. There's no point in living. What's the point anymore? They were my best friend. They were all I had. All these crazy different things going through your head. But you need to remind yourself that no other person should be responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for that. Yes, they might make you happy and they might have been a huge part of your happiness while you were together, but you need to remind yourself at the end of the day, you are in control of your own happiness. You have your happiness in your hands, and you should never let anybody else ever have control of that happiness, because you are so much more powerful than that. Like, you are worthy of so much more. You cannot place your happiness into somebody else's hands, because at the end of the day, they're gonna drop it every goddamn time. They are gonna drop it every goddamn time. You need to you need to have the happiness in your own hands, and you need to decide what way this is going to go. And this is not going to end with you ending your life or you just thinking that this is it now, because this is not it. You have so much ahead of you, you don't even understand. If you would have told me a few years ago when I was lying on my bedroom floor drinking a vodka bottle because I just wanted any other distraction than to deal with what I was going through, that I would be at the point where I'm at now, that I would be seeing someone as amazing as I am now, no, I would have laughed in your face. And people did tell me them things, but when you're going through heartbreak, you can't believe it. You can't, because you've all these emotions and all this pain built up inside you. But you need to remind yourself who you are, who you really are at the end of the day. And you are beautiful, and you are worthy of love, and you are worthy of happiness, and you are worthy of finding somebody who sees nobody else or wants to be with anybody else with you, who loves you for who you are and all you are, who cares, genuinely cares about you and everything about you, your well-being, who would be there if you got extremely ill tomorrow and fell extremely ill with a sickness, that they'd still have your back. That is what you are worthy of. You are not worthy of some piece of shit who cannot see what they have right in front of them. And you are not worthy of being with somebody who just thinks, you know, you're an object and they don't even care about your feelings or your emotions. And, you know, I don't want to be with you anymore, I've met someone else, or or, you know, I don't know, okay? But I know anyways, when I was going through my first heartbreak, you know, when you're with somebody, they're going to call you all these things. You're beautiful, I love you, you're amazing, I can't wait for you to be the mother of my children. Like, you know, when you're like really in love with someone and people are going to say stuff to you. And I remember at the end of my first heartbreak, the person who broke my heart said some really very, very extremely nasty things to me, which to this day I still will never forget. And I know that is the case when a lot of you're going through heartbreak or you're going through a breakup, you know, nasty things can be said. And, you know, someone who was saying all of these amazing, lovely things to you one day, and then the next, they're calling you every name under the sun and trying to put you down and insult you and belittle you in any way they can. And, you know, when that happens a lot of the time, I know for me anyway, I believed it, because I used to believe the lovely things they said to me. So then when they turned nasty, I was like, well, they must be right. What am I? I'm nothing without them. I'm not, I don't deserve to be with somebody who's going to treat me right. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve that. But that is not the case. If somebody can turn around and be that nasty to you after you spending a significant amount of time with them, then that really just shows the person they are and not the person you are. You need to remember that this is not a reflection of you. Anything they've said to you or the way they have treated you is not a reflection of you in one way whatsoever. That is a reflection of them. That is a reflection of their insecurities, of their pain, of their immaturity. It is not who you are in no ways whatsoever. You need to remember that this is your life, and this life is what you decide to make it. Do not let this life be what some dickhead decided to make it. Do you want to know the main reason why I really didn't want to be alive after my first heartbreak? I genuinely wanted to kill myself, and that's the God's honest truth. I felt like I had nobody else but this person, and I didn't, because I lost all my friends, etc., and I was with them because of them. A very unhealthy relationship. But yeah, I remember, you know, thinking to myself, no, I am not going to give them the power. I refuse to give that person the power of ending my own life. You know, I remember coming to that realization. I remember being like, what am I doing here? Why am I giving some other person so much power of my own life, you know, my own dreams, my own goals, my own plans, and that they can just throw that all away? My life? No chance, I said. And I remember when I had that realization, that really made me wake up and really made me realize that I really was giving this person so much power, and they were actually getting off on seeing how miserable I was. They really were. And you know, you should never ever give anybody that power, because You're your own person, you're your own life, and you've so much ahead of you that you don't even realize, and there are so many good things coming your way. And you know, when you're going through heartbreak, you really can't believe that, and you really can't see that, and I get it, I really do get it, but you need to realize, you know, you're going to go through days, weeks of crying, bawling your eyes out, drinking alcohol, trying to like drown your sorrows, turning to unhealthy behaviors, toxic behaviors for yourself. Maybe like a lot of people do after heartbreak, you know, they turn to things to try and, you know, shut the pain away and not feel the pain, you know. And you might go through this for a few days, for a few weeks, and that's okay. But when you go through it and, you know, you initially get over the initial pain and let it out, you need to let it out, you need to cry, you need to talk, you need to scream, and that's okay. But once that's over, you need to dust yourself off and be like, look in the mirror and be like, whatever, I'm fucking Jessica Brennan, and I'm so much better than this, and I deserve so much more than this, and I am going to get better than this, because this is not how it ends. This is not how it ends, and I am going to find love again, and I'm going to find so much better love, a real love, who loves me for me and nothing but. We have to remember that we lose people and we find new ones, and that's how life goes, you know. Everything in our life is either a lesson or a blessing, and this was a lesson. This was a lesson that was brought your way because you had to learn it. And I know from my heartbreaks anyway, I've learned a hell of a lot. And you also learn what you don't want in your next relationship, and more so what you do want. You learn a lot about yourself going through heartbreak. I can't even explain how much I learned about myself. Before I ever went through heartbreak and who I am now, I'm a completely different person. You learn so much about yourself. You even might learn your own toxic, your own unhealthy behaviours. But more so as well, you need to remind yourself why this ended. You really do. And, you know, you need to take those rose-tinted goggles off and open your eyes and realise, you know, if you're going through a heartbreak or someone broke your heart, there was obviously, you know, some issues there, some unhealthy things, you know, or maybe there wasn't, but a lot of the time there is. You know, was it unhealthy relationship? Was it toxic? Were you being emotionally abused? Were you being physically abused? Were you being manipulated? Like, was this person really treating you the way you deserve to be treated? Were they making you cry? Like, were you fighting a lot? Were there screaming fights? Would you put your hands on each other? You know, you need to really open your eyes and see why this finished. And, like, that is your lesson. That is your lesson. And I feel like once you realise how bad the relationship was in general, or even for you, and how toxic it was to your mental health, I feel like that really is a huge step in the right direction. By you getting your heart broken, you do gain back all the control you probably feel like you lost, because, you know, a lot of the time when we're in love, we have got these rose-tinted goggles on and we're blinded by how toxic this person can really be, and we only look at the good and we try and push away the bad and say, oh yeah, you know, yeah, we have screaming fights 5 days a week, but them 2 days are amazing. They're amazing. But them rose-tinted goggles need to come off, because you are so much better than this, and you are going to get better than this, and this will pass. This feeling isn't going to last forever, I promise you that. I remember shouting at my friends and family when they told me I'm gonna be okay, and I remember screaming, being like, you don't fucking know what I'm going through. This is never going to be okay. I'm never not gonna feel this pain. I'm actually getting emotional now, what the hell. But it is going to be okay, and you are going to be okay, and you are going to get through this, and it's going to be so much better than it even was before. And I say that from experience. Like, I'm getting upset because I feel like I'm back going through my heartbreak, but look at me now. Like, I have never been better in my whole 20 years on this planet. This is probably the best I've ever been in my whole life, you know. And had I ended my life all them years ago, I wouldn't have been here for this. Your heart might be broken, but you are not broken, and you need to remind yourself of that every day, and you need to tell yourself every day that, you know, you will heal. You are going to heal. This too shall pass, and you're going to look back in years' time and laugh and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I felt that way over such a loser, over someone who wasn't even worth a second of my time, let alone all those tears, let alone all those toxic behaviours and the self-destructive things I put myself through after that breakup. And you will look back in years' time and be like, oh my god, I'm so happy that I didn't just end it there and just say, what's the point now? And I can say this because I'm here, you know, and I look back and I'm like, wow, You know, I can't believe I genuinely thought that's how I was going to feel forever. It is going to get worse before it gets better. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, after 2 days it's going to be fine. It's not. It's going to get awful before it can get better. But you need to remind yourself that what you're going through is human. What you're going through is normal. You're going to get through this. You're going to heal. And you're going to come out the other side so much stronger and better and braver than ever before. And you need to remind yourself that. And I cannot stress this enough, because I know how low we can feel when we're going through heartbreak and how worthless and worthy of nothing we can feel. But that is not the case, okay? And once you're through the worst, the only way is up. And I promise you that. You're not alone, you know. There's so many people in your life who've gone through this. You need to talk to people who have also gone through what you're going through, because speaking to people who have gone through it makes you realize you can get through this. And I think that was a huge thing that helped me, was speaking to people in my life who had gone through heartbreak and had been at the lowest of lows on the floor, and they are up and higher than ever now. And that really inspired me when I was going through it, just to talk to people who've been there and are better than ever now and got through it and are okay. And you are going to be okay. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this and maybe took something from it, or it helped you in some way or another. You're going to be okay. I'm okay. Look at me. You know what I mean? I'm proof. Like, enough about anyone else, all the other millions of people who are okay, but even just me, okay? I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. I love you all so extremely much, and I am thinking about you. I really am thinking about you. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Mwah. Bye bye.